Hi guys, Merry Christmas. Hard to get the words out sometimes, but Merry Christmas to everyone. Uh, Christmas to me as a kid was something I never celebrated. From the age of about 2, my parents were involved in the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they don't celebrate any holidays. The only thing they do celebrate is parents' wedding anniversaries. Everything else is off limits, out of bounds. Easter is pagan, Christmas is pagan, Thanksgiving is, I don't know what the reason for that is. I don't think it's pagan. But all celebrations, all holidays are not celebrated by Jehovah's Witnesses. And the reason they're given for this is that these rituals, holidays, birthdays can't be celebrated by witnesses. As I said, Christmas, Easter, every one of them, except for anniversaries, are not to be celebrated. So it's only recently that I've really embraced, especially Christmas, because it is such a nice time of year, generally speaking. And the thoughts that go into buying gifts for others, sending cards, and being a nicer person at this time of year is an important factor for human beings to at least embrace every now and then, even if it is only on holidays. At least it gives everyone a time of year to be that little bit nicer and celebrate things for what they are. So the mindset that is created by this is that of negativity and being no part of the world, being separated from the world, and standing out as different because of what you choose to not believe. I can't think of them all at the moment, but even just recently in October, Halloween isn't celebrated by the witnesses, and when my kids were growing up, I made sure that they celebrated all these events and enjoyed them for what they are. And they would celebrate their birthdays, they would celebrate Easter, they would celebrate Christmas, they would celebrate New Year's. Every opportunity to celebrate, they would take on board, and they're lovely, happy people. I remember growing up with this mindset of holidays being something to not even have in mind. It was essentially quite depressing, but at the time, as a young person, I was convinced that, and I know some of these celebrations have their origins in paganism back in the past. I understand that. But that's not necessarily the only reason Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate holidays. New Year's Eve, for instance, is not pagan. Thanksgiving, as I said, is not pagan. Birthdays, I don't believe, originate in paganism. But it gave the witnesses a mindset that was clearly alternative to the world and the way the world thinks. That's a term that's used by them witnesses quite a lot. They are no part of the world. If you're not a Jehovah's Witness, you are in the world. And the only way to not be in the world is to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And that it segregates you from basically society, and keeps your mind rigid in the belief that more or less every celebration is a pagan one. So I celebrate my birthday now, not so much these days, but when I left the witnesses, I had my first birthday when I was maybe 22, 23, and I really enjoyed it, apart from the little bit of guilt that I felt for celebrating it. But since leaving, I now have a better understanding of why these holidays are treated as such by the witnesses, and it's to basically it's to segregate them from everyone else, and to keep them from the world. Jehovah's Witnesses are encouraged to only associate with other Jehovah's Witnesses, and the association with worldly people is considered something that should be discouraged. And if you're found out to be associating with worldly people in your spare time, the elders will have words with you. So they are always made to believe that they're different. Everything about a Jehovah's Witness has to stand out as being different. If, like in my case, where I've left the religion, my parents and my sisters no longer talk to me. They completely shun me. And this is something that they've done for years. And I was never even baptized as a Jehovah's Witness. I've just spoken out about them, and as a result of that, they consider me to be an apostate and a bad association. So I'll never see them again unless one of them leaves the religion, which I can't see happening. So everything about the group is designed to make you feel separate from the world and live in a different mindset altogether. But it's a nice thing. The older I get, the more I appreciate Christmas and these holidays that I used to avoid entertaining. But these days I really appreciate it, and I understand why humans need these things and why they are a good thing, even though they may originate from paganism. They're not designed to worship anything outside of their standard religious beliefs. They're just ways of making life that little bit better. So I just thought I'd bring that up and just let people know that although I'm now 53 years of age, it's taken, like, it wasn't until I was maybe 30 to start appreciating Christmas and other people's birthdays and things like this. And I've become a more enjoyable person to be around these days. I was kind of, we were all forced into this way of thinking to avoid these celebrations. But once you are outside of that religion, your mind sort of starts to unwind a little bit, and you start to see that these things are to make life that little bit better. So anyway, just thought I'd quickly bring that up and wish you all well. Have a nice Christmas to you all and a good New Year, and try to make next year a bit better than this year, you know. Anyway, guys, catch you later. Bye.